Hello, friends. I hope you're having a good day. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to check in and just, I wasn't going to post today. Honestly, it's New Year's Eve and I'm off from work and I'm with the family. But I still said, you know what, let me come and post and just, talk to my friends and just, I don't know, I'm just sitting here in the car, drinking my coffee. Waiting for my other half to come back in the car with my grandson. And I said, let me just go online and post a little something. It's been a tough year. It's definitely been a tough year. 2025 was not easy. And we were faced with challenges that, no family should face. But, we're holding strong. We're staying positive. There's a God in the sky that's so huge, so huge. And, I was just watching a video of someone speaking of, luck and saying that, people say, oh my goodness, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. But it's not luck, it's God, right? It's you receive those blessings because God is up there looking out for you. It's definitely not luck. And there's a lot of prayers that happen behind the scenes that people don't know about. There's a lot of tears that happen behind the scenes that people don't know about. So, that post, it hit me because people do say that. They do say, oh, you're so lucky. You're lucky because of this or you're lucky because of that. And the reality is, there's a lot that goes behind, these things that you think that are blessings, but it's really God looking out for us. And there's a lot of praying and, faith is a big deal, right? So just, reflecting on that, reflecting on this past year is it's definitely challenging. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year. So many changes, so many ups and downs. And, we're going into 2026 with a lot of hope, optimism, and, faith. I put everything in the hands of the Lord up above. I know He has a plan for me. I know He has a plan for my family. And so I'm going to keep the faith and I'm going to keep that in my thoughts. Got to remain positive. That's the number one. It's one of the things that, they always say to you, remain positive mindset. It definitely doesn't hurt. So with that said, that's where I'm at this morning, drinking my coffee, reflecting back on my life, or at least my life for this past year and what, looking at the things that we have ahead of us coming up and just, keeping the faith and trying to remain positive. I have my grandson, he's 3 years old, and, I have to remain strong, and I have to remain strong for him too, right? When he sees me sad, he says, why are you sad, Grandma? And I'm one of those people that when I, get sentimental about something, I don't boo-hoo-hoo, but I do, the tears stream down my face, and when I think about certain things, it just happens, right? The tears flow, as much as you want to control them and put on that strong face, sometimes it just doesn't work. But I notice that each time, I get choked up on whatever I'm thinking about, my grandson really will say, why are you sad, Grandma? And I don't want him to think back on this part of his life, even though I don't know if he'll remember all the way back when he gets older, but I don't want him to remember, wow, Grandma was sad a lot, you know what I mean? So trying to remain positive for him and, for the family. Someone told me recently, you have to try to be stronger. You have to, try not to let things get to you. And that's hard, right? Because I'm a human. I'm a human. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmom. And I know you mothers feel this with me, when we love our children, right? We love our children as much as we can. I mean, not as much as we can. We love our children with all of our hearts. And loving our children with all of our hearts keeps mothers, a mother will love their child all of their life. At least for me. I'm speaking for me. My oldest child is 35 years old. She's going to be 36 years old in the month of February. And I love her as if she was my 3-year-old grandson that's sitting in the back seat. Now, do I pick up my 35-year-old daughter and tickle her and cuddle with her and all of those things? No, I do not. But that does not mean I don't love her with all of my heart and soul. I grew up in a family that wasn't an affectionate family. And so for me, that's been a struggle, to be honest with you, all of my life, showing affection. I'm just not an affectionate person. My love language is cooking, acts of kindness, doing things for people. That's how I show people that I love them. And I hope that people, or even my children, I hope my whole family, I think everyone knows that about me already. And if they don't, I hope they do, because it's just challenging for me to show affection. And it's funny, with my grandson, I can show it all day. And I think it's because I am older. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation that we can have at another time. But yeah, just, sitting in the car this afternoon, drinking my coffee, reflecting on this past year, and just hoping that, my toughest time this year will have happened this year and will not go into next year. That's my hope. That's my prayer. That's my ask. And, I'm going to try to get back on today, but I hope that you all have a wonderful, safe New Year's Eve, and ring in the new year with people that you love and you care about, and that you're in a safe space. And please take care of yourself and each other. More to come. Hopefully I can get on later on and share what we're doing tonight. I'm like 50-50. Do we go out to a nice restaurant, have a nice meal, or do we get into our pajamas and watch the last 5 episodes of Stranger Things? Because I sure did not watch it in Christmas Day. I said, you know what, I want to watch it all at once. So the episodes that dropped on Christmas Day and the episode that's dropping tonight at 8 o'clock, I have not watched. Or, of course, I haven't watched it because it hasn't dropped, but I'm going to watch them all together. So, more to come. I will talk to you later. Have a happy new year. See you in the next one. Bye.